So I'm joined by Saints manager Kev Candy. Kev, unfortunately a 3-2 defeat today at home to Killy. Can you just give us your initial reaction to that?
In a funny way, we're obviously disappointed to lose the game. When you lose three very, very sloppy goals, I think you have to expect the end result to be like that. But you know what, we talked to the players at full time about how delighted we were with their effort levels, how they applied themselves to the game, how they kept asking the difficult questions of Kilmarnock. And to be honest, particularly in that second half spell, you know, Kelly credits them, they've had the chance that they've scored and they've had the occasional flurry up top as well. And you know, by no means saying that we had it all our own way, but we were certainly on the front foot for the majority of that second half. And when we watch the clips back and actually stop and consider how many chances and half chances we've had, I think we're going to be quite pleased with it. But we do need to start converting a few of those chances into goals, or we're going to have more Sundays like this where we come away feeling, you know, like it's not been that great a day at the office.
Yeah, and you've just alluded to it there, Kev. Must have felt like things were really going against you. 2 down, Bobby Cochran having to come off at half time and goal, but to get it back to 2 each, that must have been, you must have been pleased with that.
Yeah, I mean, Bobby was feeling unwell at half time. She flagged it up, so obviously we had to make the change, and it's never easy for either of our goalkeepers to come off the bench, Ellie or Aoife, with Ellie on this occasion. So you know, credit for her for sort of being parachuted in. But you know, again, as we said to the players in the dressing room, there would be a time where a Saints side 2-0 down, things going against them, that we would, you know, capitulate, would roll over, we'd let the opposition side start dictating the play. And I think once we got out into that second half, I don't think we were guilty of that. So that's a massive pleasing aspect from our performance today. But obviously we've come away with no points, so we can't be too delighted, you know.
No, but this has come off the back of 7 points out of 9 in the last 3 games. What's really the ambition now for the rest of the season? Just look to pick up as many points as possible and see where we are?
I couldn't even remember off the top of my head how many games we've got left, to be honest. Our focus will only go on to our next game, which is obviously against Stirling in a couple of weeks. Since we've taken over as a coaching and management staff, we've genuinely not tried to think too far ahead. And I think the reason for that is we're very, very mindful that we're not the finished article as a team yet. You know, I've already talked about us needing to convert some more of our great chances in there. There's a couple of other things maybe defensively and middle of the park that we can look at today. So at no time did any of us think that, you know, the recent great run of results was, you know, a sudden dawning of the golden age of St Johnstone women. We knew there's going to be peaks and troughs as we go forward. Sometimes those troughs are self-inflicted, bar the goals. I don't think we inflicted too much, you know, poor play on ourselves, if you will. So we need to keep the heads up and move forward into the next game with an air of positivity, because it's the next game of football is 90 minutes, you know, so there's always an opportunity to right a few wrongs.
Absolutely. I can't tell you how many games left in total, Kev, but I can tell you there's 3 left at the Riverside. Been getting some great crowds down recently. Just to sort of finish on that, how appreciative are you of the crowds coming down?
Yeah, no, I could see that from the other side of the pitch today, that there was a good level of puntership, for lack of a better phrase, and obviously it was nice to see the ground busy again after the ground hopping exercise yesterday. I know in Chainfield had a cracking crowd yesterday, which was obviously makes for a good weekend for the club, for Chainfield financially. But we do appreciate every single supporter that pays their money and comes down and watches and supports us. And you know, the anecdotal feedback that we've been getting through staff or players or relatives, etc., is that we are providing an entertaining product, and you know, something that people want to come and see and enjoy while they're here. So, you know, the opportunity is there for you to take in, you know, one of our last 3 games, and you know, would strongly encourage you to come and have a look. Can't promise you scintillating samba football every single Sunday, but we'll certainly try our best. So.
Well, you managed to do enough to get me out of bed on a Sunday, Kev, and come down here, which is easier said than done. And talking of appreciating it, I appreciate you talking to me again. And we'll see you in a few weeks' time.
Cheers, Danny.